Hello fellow adventurers and collectors, Filmaholic here. Today's episode is going to be a scattershot of various things, and no better example than this. I recently heard that Bass Pro Shop released this TRD 4Runner 6th generation vehicle, and I figured why not. Kind of went out of my way to get it, but I think it was well worth it. It's a very unique piece, and the algorithm being the algorithm kind of picked up on my fascination with, SUVs and all that. So I saw a reel of this and I knew I had to get it. But that being said, it comes with a lot of play features and stuff like that. But to me, it's a very accurate piece to the new generation of 4Runner. Although I will say I'm partial to the 5th generation, this one still looks cool. And I just wish it was a bit bigger to fit 1/12 scale figures. And for me personally, I think it's like almost like an in-between in terms of scale. Doesn't necessarily fit 3 3/4 or 6 inch. So what you'll see here in a minute is kind of like the range of scale we got going on here. But yeah, definitely a cool piece. I ended up removing all the Bass Pro Shop lettering and leaving the compass on there. But in terms of what I plan on doing with this, not too sure. But again, you can see here, too big for 3 3/4, too small for 6 inch, and it's somewhere in between the Bandai model kit and the Bass Pro Shop figure. So yeah, figured I'd throw that out there if anyone was interested in that type of thing. Next up, I actually was watching a lot of chest rig videos, and I noticed that they had this little setup that they keep their rigs on, so I figured I'd try my best to actually make that myself. Did I succeed? No. It's more of like a proof of concept, if anything, and if I do refine it further, I'll definitely make a more in-depth tutorial, whereas right now I'm just kind of giving you guys the idea. If you're either trying to display things or make a little diorama, this is a good way to kind of get the rigs outside of the storage box, so to speak. It was relatively simple. All I used were a couple sticks here and glued them together with hot glue. Like I said, if I refine it and try to do this again, I'll definitely make a more in-depth video, but as you'll see here, a lot of this is just experimental stuff that I'm showing you here. Case in point, I recently found this Bratz doll, and for those of you who are not aware, this is a rare doll. And I got this one for a good deal, considering that it's, got sun fading in the eyes and chips in the lips. So my bright self thought I can repair it, but to which I succeeded. It depends on who you ask. If you ask me, I think I need to refine my technique, because suffice to say, I really do need to keep up with my skill sets that I have, and it's been a long time since I painted anything. And yeah, I don't think I succeeded at all, but you'll see here in the final product. But again, something that I learned from this is that not only do I have to keep practicing my skill set, but to just dive in. If I want to do something, I just gotta, get my feet wet, see where my strengths are, my weaknesses are. And even along the way, I actually learned a few new techniques that I'll take with other projects. So if anything, my failure is a good reminder for you guys to just keep trying and just experiment. That being said, I wanted to showcase these two figures because these two have actually been in my, collecting journey for the longest, and they've kind of evolved and showcased what my fine-tuning has become, And I will say that definitely bringing back the Call of Duty figure was a nice touch, because I just miss posing them. And I recently got a huge lot of parts, and I, figured I'd resurrect that project. And the companion next to him, I figured they kind of pair well together. So yeah, and as a matter of fact, if I can find the picture, I have an early photograph of both of these characters. And yeah, it's like the tale of two customs if you want to go that route. But yeah, I've always found myself gravitating towards this figure just to pose around and play with, just because of how easy it is to maneuver and all that. But yeah, definitely one of my favorite customs in my collection. in that large lot of parts came this box, and I love it, and I wish more companies kind of did this, because I plan on utilizing this for whenever I do go back out and do photography out in the field and all that. But this is by Many Times apparently, and I didn't know they actually released something like this. Unfortunately, my figure doesn't really fit, but it does fit the female figure more. But yeah, a unique concept, and I wish more companies kind of took advantage of that. I know Very Cool did it for a period of time, but it's not something that is standard. But again, going back to what I learned from the Bratz doll repaint, I utilized matte Mod Podge on that project, and I always had these gloves laying around. I didn't really care for them because they were glossy and kind of gave off a toy feel. So what I did was basically hit them with this, and it kind of knocked down the shininess of the plastic or whatever paint they use. So not really sure if you can see it here. I really should have done a before and after, but yeah, another tip for you guys if you're trying to, utilize more parts in your collection. That being said, I do have a lot of Bratz lying around, and I actually got this Barbie doll body from one of the deluxe styles, so I was doing some experimenting, and I think this looks pretty well put together rather. And yeah, this is one of those, just kind of experimenting with what I have, and trying to get more out of the Bratz dolls. As much as I like the simple body, I wanted a little bit more posability and articulation. And not only that, this opens the door up for more accessories that can be used with them. I'm not going to turn all my Bratz into this, but definitely a select few. If any of I have duplicates or anything like that, we'll be going this route. Now, you can see here on the left is the Bratz. Over on the right is the Meitu move. And I'm not too sure what the middle one's called. It's still Mattel Barbie, but it has less articulation. And I find that this is just the right amount of articulation that I need. If anything, I wish it had ankle articulation, but we'll work with it. I'm still tweaking the design here. And if any of you doll collectors know of a body similar to this or what this is called, please let me know. I'm definitely looking for more of them. And I found one that has flat feet, but I'm not too sure which doll it came from, because again, I just buy lots and get all these bodies and extras at a cheaper cost for me. And yeah, again, just experimenting, playing around with things. And as a matter of fact, I moved that head sculpt on the right to a better skin tone match after I found another deluxe doll for like $9. And if there's a tip that I can give you, definitely hit up your Rosses and your TJ Maxx's and Marshalls right now for those stuff. And something that I had been meaning to showcase on Halloween, and I definitely missed the mark by a mile, was this figure. The head sculpt came from that Designer Toys head lot, and I wanted to do so much with this, but like everything else, I dropped the ball, let things slide, and now you're seeing it now. But yeah, that being said, I hope you guys have been doing well, keeping up with the projects, and just keeping the community going. I appreciate all the support you guys give me, and if you like what you saw here, please like, comment, and subscribe. I very much appreciate it. And in the comments below, let me know what you're working on. I'd love to hear it. So until then, I'll catch you all next time. Take care.